there are some Americans out there, boxing fans, but they're not really boxing fans. You know exactly what you are. The last thing you is a boxing fan. That believe that if you are American, then you must support Deontay Wilder. And like I said before, I'm a fan of the sport. I reserve the right to like who I like. It should not bother you. You should support who you should support. And don't worry about what I think or what I like. Boxing is a sport for you to enjoy as an individual, not something that you can only enjoy if everybody share your sentiments and thoughts. Like the sport for what you like it for. Watch the sport for who you watch it for. That has nothing to do with the next man standing next to you. But since it's on people's mind and people care about so much, and I find it the weirdest thing, people care about so much about who I like and who I dislike. When majority of the time, man, I'm just talking about boxing. I'm really not invested in these boxers like you guys are. I speak my opinion and I move on. If you like this person and if you like that person, it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your flavor. That's your prerogative. Like, if you like chocolate ice cream, you like chocolate ice cream. I'm like, God damn it. You need to like vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the most ridiculous shit. But boxing fans is a fan base I've never encountered before. It's something that I'm still diagnosing to this day. And I'm going to get my finger on it. You know what I'm saying? One of these days. But since people are so worried about who I like and who I don't like and who I support and who I don't support, truthfully, I support everybody. If I criticize everybody, then I also at the same time support everybody, because on any given day, somebody that I support can come under criticism. In any given day, somebody that I criticize can be complimented. So, the shit is really baffling to me. But since people care so much about who I like, let me speak on Deontay Wilder. Since people think I live in America and I must support this man, let me tell you why I don't support this man. I ain't got no problem with Deontay Wilder really personally, other than how he carry himself. But in boxing, he's just not my cup of tea. Plain and simple. You can like him, but I don't have to like him. Okay? So let me get into my reasons. Number one, what man takes a picture like this? This is a picture. This is a picture that you see girls take on Instagram when they showing off their ass. And this is exactly what he's doing right here. Is he not? When have you seen a man hit an angle like this with a camera? When? All right. See, because it's stuff like this right here. I can't get with that. Like, I defended the whole training in the water thing. And I said, yeah, that was cool. Deontay Wilder looks good. He looks in shape. But I don't know what that springing up out of the water, shaking your hair, trying to be attractive shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the purpose of that? That's the same thing with this twerking and butt cheek clapping and stuff like. Why do you want me to be a fan of that? I'm a man. I don't find that alluring. That's not something that I want to see in a boxer. What's wrong with you, bro? That is not something that I want to see. And even worse, hold on. We ain't even got to stop there. Look at this.
Who ain't ready?
Really?
Who ain't ready?
Is that right?
We ready.
You want to know why this shit is so damn weird? Because who are the majority of people who watch boxing? So when you showing your ass and you twerking and you flexing your breasts, who do you think the majority of the people that's watching this? Males. So why are you doing it? Okay, I can see if boxing had a large female audience. It doesn't. Not even for female boxers. It's still males. So when you do stuff like this, who are you advertising this shit to? Who are you hoping it sees this? Males. Now make that make sense at the end of the day. You can't, but you want me to be a fan of this. All I want you to do is box. And any criticism that has came from Deontay Wilder from me, the only thing I ever asked of Deontay Wilder is to put some time into your craft. And I said it time again. If Deontay Wilder would invest in himself, he would be one of the most dangerous guys in boxing. Can you imagine if he trained? That's the only thing I ever ask and require of Deontay Wilder is to actually put a little bit of effort in what the fuck you're doing. Kind of like what he's doing now. That's something he could have done years ago. Okay, if I'm a fan of boxing, I'm a fan of craft. He's obviously told you before he's not a fan of boxing. He doesn't even like training. He told you he wants to be an actor. All right, so what is there to be a fan of? I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of his boxing resume. I'm not a fan of his manager telling me that he's a baby and we shouldn't push him into unification fights. I'm not a fan of that. You could be a fan of that because obviously you're not a fan of boxing. You're a fan of this man for another reason. And it's probably the same reasons that's displaying up on this screen right now. Because other than that, I don't know what else that you're supporting. I really don't. Period. I already say it looks weird that you talk about other boxers and their skill set knowing you're a fan of one of the biggest boxers who doesn't have a skill set. So what right do you have to open your mouth and judge anybody else? So what the hell are you a fan of? The way he looks? That's what it looks like. What are you a fan of? His skin tone? That's what it looks like. What are you a fan of? Twerking? That's what it looks like. What are you a fan of? Him grinding? That's what it looks like. So what is there to be a fan of? And little do these people know, I was a fan of Deontay Wilder long before Anthony Joshua. See, people seem to forget the Deontay Wilder that you see today was not always the Deontay Wilder that I seen. Deontay Wilder before Anthony Joshua beat Klitschko was a totally different person. He was very likable. He was very likable. After Anthony Joshua beat Klitschko, he changed. Period. He changed. His jealous side came out and he started acting like this. Because in the beginning, I liked Wilder and Anthony Joshua. I was impressed by both of them. I'm like, man, these guys carry themselves really well, you know? And they do, or they did at the time, or he did at the time. I was really impressed by the two. I was like, wow, like I ain't never seen this in boxing. Like these two guys got great characters. Then Anthony Joshua beat Klitschko. And then Deontay Wilder started tripping. That's basically what it is. You know, so if you want to be a fan of this, you be a fan of this. But you shut your fanboy ass mouth when it comes to what you think I should be a fucking fan of because I'm fucking American. Okay? Do you always drive an American car? Half the shit in your house ain't from America. So what you talking about? You know how much shit from China over here? But you American. I think you should buy American. Everything American. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. That's like me telling you, you only need to eat American food. Don't ever eat Italian. Don't ever eat Mexican. Don't ever eat Thai food. You should eat American. That's how dumb it sounds. You like what you like. You might like Italian food. You like spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah. You like a Thai rice bowl with chicken. You know, you eat what you eat. But what if I told you could only eat American food? You look at me like I'm retarded. Well, that's how retarded it is by saying somebody needs to support Deontay Wilder because they fucking American. Get out your feelings. Stop worried about what somebody else is thinking and support who you want to support because that person is not worried about who you like. Fucking man fans, man.
We